Hey guys, how we doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another video. So today we're going to be talking mainly about what I think could be happening next year for XRP and Ripple, some speculative talk rather than it being just basically technical like it normally is. I'm going to quickly touch on the technicals now, basically saying that XRP is just trading within a range. Anything anyone else tells you is just like emotion. We're clearly ranging. The bottom of the range sits at the bottom of the wick at 189. The top of the range sits at the top of the wick at 290. We're just ranging between here, and this is fine. This is continuation pattern. Either if we come down slowly, it's a continuation pattern, or if we just range in this chop, it's continuation pattern. It's just bleeding people out emotionally. You're already seeing it on the timeline. People are saying it's dead, and it's at 219 right now, and pretty much been at this price. Well, the daily closes have been between 261 and 221, which is a tiny range for basically since December the 7th, and now it's just 4 weeks. 2 weeks, sorry, 4 weeks. It's the 23rd. It's 2 weeks. So anyway, getting into the main crux of this video. If you want to know where I think the markets are going in general next year, we talked about that in the weekly newsletter, the weekly insight. It's free to read. I've got 1,300 readers now. This is it. The calm before the storm, week 121, weekly insight on Substack, and it's just in my bio, just here. Just here if you want to read that. But getting in, I think is coming for Ripple and XRP. Let's talk about first. I want to talk about Bitstamp. Let me just playing in the background. No, cool. First, I want to talk about Bitstamp. Bitstamp is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges. In fact, it might be the oldest, and they have either been acquired by or are working in association. I think they've been acquired by Robinhood. Robinhood's one of the biggest retail-facing like trading applications in the US. They bring significant volume to anything that they introduce onto their platform, and they've bought Bitstamp, and Bitstamp are building a derivatives exchange on the XRP ledger after being acquired by Robinhood. So this to me is a huge deal. It basically means that there's going to be another mammoth building on the XRP ledger, not just Ripple. The thing that makes me more excited about this is obviously Bitstamp has regulation in the EU, and we've seen RLEUR, so Ripple's euro. We've seen that takes us directly to the Ripple website. So I think we're going to be attacking a lot of the European markets through this. Obviously, there's going to be, I think there'll be the crypto will be embraced in the US, and we've got David Schwartz talking indirectly here about activity towards the US government. We saw $5 million to the US government in XRP. So these are positives towards the US as well. So we've got the US and now now EU, which are going to be in positive light in terms of XRP and Ripple. I also think that the verbiage around pretty much everything to do with Ripple has focused always on institutions. They've talked about being institutional DeFi players. If they get a derivatives exchange, it could literally be the derivatives exchange for institution, and then think of the amount of volume and capital that would be flowing through the ledger. Then derivatives markets are huge, quadrillions in value, quadrillions in value. It's incomprehensible amounts of money. So to have a derivatives exchange, and we've talked about RLUSD being one of the key components for real world assets tokenization and trading in and out of real world assets, and then trading those real world assets or derivatives potentially as well on the XRP ledger just makes so much sense. And when you've got big companies like this building on it, it's almost going to be like a competition to go to market on the XRP ledger after Ripple have basically put all the roots out there and connected with a lot of financial institutions. As soon as other companies realize how many institutions, in my opinion, are going to be like tapped into the ledger, they're all going to be rushing to build things on the network as well. And Bitstamp with Robinhood, a pretty good first competitor for Ripple to be building on the network. Any competition on the network is great. And we also don't know if there will be competition there or not, and how deep Ripple's ties go. We really don't know that. I presume pretty deep, to be honest, looking at who's on their board with Rosie Rios and others. But I just think Ripple's positioned itself to put the XRP ledger to be that institutional layer, and for a long time during the last few years, people were skeptical, and we've been very focused on cross-border payments. By the way, I think they will have a big contribution to that, but tokenizing the euro and the dollar, as in RLUSD being stablecoin and RLEUR being a stablecoin, and then having things like a derivatives exchange inbuilt on the XRP ledger by two huge companies, I think is being slept on, especially when we've seen the verbiage from Ripple talk about institutional DeFi as well, and they've got the custodian licenses at Ripple. And I went in to meet ArchX the other day, or ArchXX the other day, and they're talking about tokenizing tons of value on the XRP ledger, real world assets, over the next few years. I just think we've been slept on for so long, and the negativity's been there for so long, and we don't really know what it means to start seeing like utility built into a ledger. That could really make price explode. But then I also want to say, I'll be taking profit into the speculation of utility in the short term, and if I missed like a huge run up, a monster run up, then I do, but the money would change my life and my family's life. So that's something I want everyone to remember when they listen to this video. If they start to get hyped, like I'm excited thinking about what the opportunity here could be for the XRP ledger, with the introduction of AMMs this year, the RLUSD. Now they're having like decentralized identity on the network as well. Derivatives exchange for institutions, real world assets. It looks like it could be becoming the institutional financial layer. I don't want to say that it definitely is, but it looks like they're setting themselves up to be in a good position to do that, especially with ties now and hype with the US government as well. So that was basically all I wanted to cover this video, and I don't feel like maybe I've not done it justice, but I wanted to, FX markets as well. And yeah, that's such an important part. I'm glad I literally looked at this before we close this video off. On and off ramps, making it easy for people to swap in and out of crypto to fiat currency through their RLUSD and through Bitstamp and potentially Robinhood. Like, I think something big is coming that I don't think we're really prepared for, and I think that's going to take us higher than people can expect, and that's why we can see double digits quite easily, I think, this cycle. I think the speculation alone will take us to low double digits, so let's see. I could be wrong, but I wanted to share those thoughts with you and why I think them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you did enjoy, please do share it with a friend, and subscribe to my weekly newsletter if you want to see what I think is coming for the markets in general. It's free to do. It's free to subscribe to this channel too. It's free to share it with a friend, and they all help me out a lot. So thank you for listening. Peace up. A-Town Downs, Crypto Insight UK would say.